Hello everyone, Bean here. So today it's versus. Dean versus. Or should I go like that? Like a V. Watch it there. Cadillac is a little bit wider than the Thoroughbred. So let's start all over again. Bean, Dean versus Thoroughbred. Cadillac. Let's make some noise with it first. And I'll play the same track, the same one twice for both guitars, so we can hear the difference. Keeping the tones exactly the same as well. Okay, yeah, I switched around my pedal board. Yet again, never-ending tone chasing. I know a lot of you out there know exactly what I'm talking about. Give me some just fun. I was just running out of thinking of what I was going to play, because I didn't play the normal pattern that I play. So, switcheroonie. While I'm doing this, the Cadillac was 9.5 pounds. This is 8.77 pounds. So I was right that it was a little bit lighter. The next thing I'll do is a comparison between this LP Floyd Rose and the Epiphone Alex Lifeson. So let's have at it again. Both quilted maple tops, AAA tops, I think. Both of them are designed with a neck through. right. I don't want to spend that much time playing. You know, trying to keep the video short. You know what I mean? So yeah, switch the pedal board around. Do something else about that later. But I'm still just using the orange burst and stack it with the gain on the amp. And I have the Demon FX attack drive that I stack. So yeah, it gives me 3 more tones and stacking ability with different guitars. So yeah, now with the guitars at hand, from what I remember reading, they both are designed as to be neck through, not set necks, from what I've heard in videos. Both have 22 jumbo frets, both have ebony fingerboards, pearl inlays, both have, yeah, just double checking, the flute to stabilize the neck from the headstock, so we don't have that breakage going on. Both are, like I said, AAA maple caps, not just a veneer or a photo finish, and matching headstock. Both are a thin 60s shredding neck. That's sweet. Both have binding going all the way around. Both have the black Grover 8-to-1 ratio tuners. And when I had them side by side, I noticed that the Cadillac was ever so slightly, about an eighth thicker on the body than this one here. And maybe that, with that extended horn and the big V headstock, gave that a little bit more weight. But yeah, the Epiphone Alex Lyson Rush guitar, that's still the heaviest, 9.5 pounds, 9 pounds, 8.77. So it's just ever so slightly under there, but enough for me to notice. Both having 1500, no, rewind that, both having 1000, Floyd Rose 1000 tailpieces, tremolos. Both having the Seymour Duncan design pickups, especially for Dean. The only difference is that, like, they're sanded on the front. They don't have a shine like this pickup or that pickup. Again, this is a sweet sounding neck pickup, but I'm pretty sure that this is equivalent to a jazz pickup on here, because it doesn't have the same punch and growl as the Cadillac. No coil splitting, tapping going on. 2 basic 3-way switches, both with the satin neck on the back, both with the contoured heel. And yeah, what I did here was the springs were on an A or V, however you look at it, and that causes more tension on the tremolo. And I like a firm tremolo, but I don't like it where I'm fighting to maneuver it. So I put these lighter gauge springs that are noiseless. That's why they're yellow. I put the same ones in my Schecter over there. It's got a nice spring tension. It's not too hard, it's not too light, and they're quiet. You don't hear them when you're going up and down, you know. Sometimes it's good because that little rattle gives more sustain to the note. Sometimes you just hear a clink, you know, and you don't want it. So yeah, that's the only thing really that I did to it. Restrung this with the 9-46 pure nickel wound. I think they were Ernie Ball super slinky, because the DR strings that I prefer to use, pure nickel wound, seem to last longer than the these, because I don't know. Because why? Because it's a wonderful thing we've done. So yeah, I don't know why the Ernie Balls don't last as long as the DRs, but the DRs, for a pack of 3, because why buy just 1 pack? They're like $30-something, where I can still get like a pack of 3, 4 or 5 for like 20-ish, $20-something. So I went with these because of a dollar factor. and I bought 2 packs, and I learned my lesson, because when I did use them on restringing guitars, I don't remember which ones, they're already like wearing out, so it wasn't worth saving the extra bucks, in my opinion. Yeah, the fact that it's a LP guitar, I love this horn, the way this horn is. It curls up like that and goes, it's like a half circle. The way this looks, you know, it's slightly different than a Gibson, but it doesn't have that sharp point like the vintage guitar that I had, or other guitars that are LPs that are trying to change the design by a little bit just so that they don't have, you know, a copyright infringement kind of thing going on. But yeah, you heard them. I don't think it makes much of a difference when you're watching the video and listening to it, unless maybe you listen with headphones. I like playing it back on my TV, like I said a dozen times, because I have surround sound and I could hear it. But I hear it in the room. Sometimes I don't hear it when I'm playing it back, but I just want to make sure it still doesn't sound too bad. And the best way, I guess, is if you're on your phone, put earbuds in, or if you're on the computer, put headphones in. You might hear the difference between the two. It's ever so slight, but like I said, this bridge pickup is just a little bit more. Let's just say if that was a 10, this would be like an 8 ohm or something, which I'm sure it's not. I'm just making that up as I go along, like I do normally, of course. Crazy. So yeah, that's it. Finally, I got this is the one I was waiting for. And you know the whole story about that. I don't want to reiterate what I've already gone through. And yeah, they're both fantastic guitars. And the fact that these are made right here in Tampa. Tampa's about 35 minutes away from me in Palm Harbor. The fact that these are made, you know, these are the, should I say, Dean Guitar Factory, and Lunar is their other brand, and Armadillo, I think it is, all come out of Tampa, Florida. So I think that's great. And yeah, these guitars, as far as I'm concerned, are probably underrated for what you can get when you compare it to an Epiphone. I mean, Epiphone is killing the Gibson business. I think the Epiphones, for the price, if you don't have to have a Gibson logo with Made in USA on it, they're probably as good, if not better, than the Gibsons that you could find. So when you got all these guitar manufacturers that are coming out of Indonesia, and yeah, this is Indonesia, that's Indonesia. So Indonesia, Taiwan, China, you know, they're good quality guitars. Korea. And that's about it. And the fact that they're both routed, so I have a floating bridge. The one disappointment that I have, and the only disappointment that I have with my Eddie Van Halen guitars, is that they're top mounted dive only. You can't pull them up. You can only go down with them. And I was thinking on having them routed. Yeah, you know, my one buddy said, like, why would you, you know, just leave the guitar the way it is? But I would enjoy it more if I have a floating bridge, because, you know, I pull up a lot as much as I pull down. I just don't go in one direction. Eddie, you know, always went down, Van Halen, and Brad Gillis always pulled up. And he said he pulled up because he wanted to do the opposite of what Eddie Van Halen was doing, as going down. But I want to have that flavor, that, you know, and that flutter doesn't sound much. Let me give it some more juice. Yeah, having fun again. So that's about it. Hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching. Have a good day and a better tomorrow.